Hello YouTube, this is Art, and it's going to be a quick video about first impressions and how important they are. So if you're new to the Federal Fire Service, or you're in the process of getting a job at a federal installation, a military base, in the fire service, one thing I highly recommend you do prior to your start date is to find out, whether you know somebody, you don't know somebody that works there, or there's ways you could find out. Ask whoever hired you or chief. Find out a good contact information, and try to get the uniform policy and exact uniform that the department wears prior to you starting, because I can tell you, I work at my particular base. We do get kind of a lot of people. It's a larger federal department, and we get a lot of people coming and going. And all the new people, new firefighters that show up, they don't come. They come either with their old department, or they just come with you know. Different things. I've seen blue jeans. I've seen very varied different types of clothing, and it's hilarious actually. And what people don't realize is that on your first day of work, you're being kind of judged, if you will, and you only have one shot to make a good first impression. So like here, this is a big one here. This is my I call it my pretty shirt, but this is essentially our Class B duty shirt. And these things, they're made by a company called Workrite, and they are pretty expensive. They're depending on where you buy them, about $100 and some odd dollars, $130 for the shirt, and that doesn't count all the embroidering and what have you that you get for your specific department. But even though you will get a uniform allowance, that doesn't come usually right away. You have to wait a little bit for it. And the biggest mistake I see with new federal firefighters is although they play the card, but hey, I'm gonna wait until I get my uniform allowance. And technically you can, doesn't mean you should. I mean, it doesn't look good. Everybody just kind of like, oh man, like, come on guy, once you fit in, you're that guy that doesn't fit in, or is gonna wait until they get their uniform allowance. So yeah. I remember when I started my first, I showed up in full uniform, and because I had found out the uniform policies prior to getting here, and I showed up in full uniform, and I made a lasting impression with the fire chief, who I met the very first day. And he told me that, he said, Art, he goes, all my years working here, I've never seen anybody show up in full uniform. You're the first one to do that, so thank you. And I didn't know it at the time, but they had assigned me to pretty much the best station. So I think if I had showed up just like anybody, any other person shows up with my old department stuff, or civilian clothes, I don't think I would have got such a nice assignment right off the gate. So, but that's just my word of advice of what I've seen. That people come showing up in all kinds of different crazy outfits, and you want to make a good impression, show up in the right uniform, because eventually that's going to be the standard you're held to. Whether it's when you get your uniform check, or at a certain date, 60 days after employment, why not start off on the right foot and just wear the right uniform. So that's it. I hope you guys found this useful, and if you have any comments or questions, make sure to let me know, and I'll address those, or make a video of any other free questions that you guys might have when it comes to the Air Force, firefighting, or the Federal Fire Service. Take care, have a good night, and be safe.